So that's a row. In this row right here, ordinarily you would expect to find at least, or you would expect to find only one marker per male in YSCR DNA testing. And that is true for every one of these rows, except for this particular row where you would expect to find two markers, even though it's one male. Now you have a phenomenon here where potentially the same marker is equal. But generally speaking, when you see more than one number in any one of these boxes, it represents a separate male in each one of these items. And what's more is you have over here two different extractions from the rectal swab, for example. So in other words, from the swabbing that Dr. Manley did from the rectum on March the 14th in the early morning hours, they extracted both a sperm fraction and an epithelial fraction. And when they ran extractions on both of those DNA samples, they came up with multiple male DNA in the rectum when comparing the rectal swab columns to each other. The same is true of the pubic combing sections. We had only really located one at the point in time when we filed our December the 13th motion, so the only one that's referenced is section 2. But when we received what I suppose is a fuller report from Dr. Meehan, he also said, essentially, you guys missed this one, and added these particular item numbers, which clearly show at least multiple male DNA in the pubic region as well. The same is true of the panties. There were multiple stains on the panties, and they were able to extract from sperm and epithelial fractions DNA from at least 4, conservatively speaking, at least 4 unidentified males who were not the lacrosse players, Jeriel Johnson, Matthew Murkison, or Brian Taylor, or the other non-lacrosse players who they identified at the party. And finally, they were able to extract DNA characteristics from the sperm fraction from the oral swab from her mouth that they took at the hospital that night, and that also represented with 2 separate markers, as Dr. Meehan acknowledged, at least 2 separate males from the sperm fraction in the oral swabs.